place to put this. I don't wanna leave it on my monitor like this in case it doesn't work. I don't know if I ever told y'all, but when I upgraded my graphics card, my PC back in January, well, it's been like 4 months already. Well, end of January, it's basically 3. I ended up getting an OLED monitor because it was a clearance. A Micro Center, it was a clearance thing, and my girl actually offered to pay for half of it for my birthday, like an early birthday gift, and so that's what I did. But that one wasn't that good, and I ended up finding a better one for literally like the same price. So returned that and getting this one from there, and yeah, it's been really good so far. The colors are amazing. But and I apologize for look tired. I kind of am tired. I have an energy drink that I got from CVS. Cause I had to go to CVS today. Um, I will say, orange cream. It seems to be a new flavor from the Ghost Energy brand. Uh, maybe it wasn't, but when they brought the Ghost Energy to my local grocery store, which they didn't have before, and they ended up having this flavor, and I had it for the first time weeks ago, and it's probably my favorite. All right, I'm waiting for some more people to come in here. In the meantime, I'm gonna update my computer. The way my setup is, I have technically 3 OSs. Obviously, I main Linux. Uh, NVIDIA update. I main Linux. Linux is my main operating system. Specifically, Catchy OS, which is a branch of Arch Linux. Cool. So that's my main, and then on my other, on like a actual not mechanical, but like an actual SSD, I have a Windows partition. Uh, that's for games that require an anti-cheat, which I don't play that many. I think I only have Fortnite and GTA on there for that, because those are 2 main games I play that require anti-cheats. That's why I have that. And then I have another hard drive with Windows again, but that is through a virtual machine through Linux. So that one, if I had to use Windows, I mainly use that because that I can control what Windows sees and stuff like that. Freddy Traps, what's up, man? Peace to you, bro. Hope all is well. Yeah, same to you, man. Things, you know what I'm saying? Things are all right. You know, before I would say like, things could be better, things this, that, and the third, but things are all right. I will say that. Can't complain. I'm alive, right? I'm alive. I'm healthy. Um, things are just moving. I'm just waiting for God to help move some stuff in my life, but good overall, man. But what did you guys think about that Switch 2 Direct that was like last week? No, not last week. 2 weeks ago? Yeah, 2 weeks ago, because the pre-orders were supposed to be last week, but then they got delayed because of the terrorists. There's a Mario Kart World Direct coming this Thursday, which I'm gonna watch. But what y'all think about the whole Switch 2 drama going on? About like the Switch 2 price, the game prices. What else was there? The game card, the game key cards. What y'all think about them? I'm gonna say my opinion real quick. Um, I gotta go piece by piece. So I feel like the Switch 2 price itself, it's a little high. It's a little high. But for the specs you get with the Switch 2, I feel like I'm not mad at the price. I feel like the price should be a little bit lower. It should be 400 instead of 449, which is basically 450 um, USD. But I'm not angry at it being 450. You know, that's about how much I expected this. I expected kind of worse, but yeah. Um, am I getting the Switch 2? I am. I had the Switch 1 for a short period, and I sold it. Uh, just because, well, the one I had was a modded one, so it wasn't like a regular one, it was a modded one. So I couldn't play online with it. But I used it. It was nice. I actually bought it right before I went to Florida with my parents back in 2022. Very helpful for that plane ride. I'm not gonna lie, man. I had like the little tray table down. I had the Switch screen right there, and I had the Joy. Like I put, you know what I'm saying. It was helpful, and it came in clutch a couple times, but I ended up selling it. Um, but I am gonna get the Switch too because I ended up selling something that I never used. Like I never used it. Ended up selling that, and then I got more than enough money for the Switch 2 because of just selling that. So yeah, I get the Switch 2. Uh, Vijay, is it Vijay? I don't want to say your name wrong. Hello, bro. How are you? I'm good, man. How are you? As far as the game prices go, I don't agree with it at all. Um, Mario Kart being $80 is crazy. First of all, games being $80 in general is crazy because I think somebody said Canadian. That was no $90 Canadian would be like 130. No, $90 US would be like 130 Canadian. I fix my words there. Um, yeah, 90 US would be about 130 Canadian. But I know they said the physical versions of the Switch 2 games wouldn't be 90, they'd be 80, like the digital ones. Uh, Still, 80 is crazy because we literally just with the PS5 and Series X generation 2020, they literally just raised the price of games from 60 to 70. So for Nintendo to have the audacity to make it 80 for Mario Kart, which the Mario Kart Direct's gonna be on Thursday, right? I'm gonna watch it, obviously. They may announce pre-orders for the Switch 2 afterwards, so I gotta pay attention to that. But and don't mind my hair, y'all. I'm getting a haircut Wednesday. I know some of y'all thinking it. Um, so I'm gonna watch that. But $80 for Mario Kart is crazy. Even $80, like I'm not justifying this. I'm not saying it should be this price. But GTA, I'm pretty sure GTA 6 is not even gonna be $80. But if it was, it's for the content that's in it is more justified than Mario Kart. But I'm not saying it should be $80. GTA 6 should be 70, like every other premium game, because they're gonna recoup the money in GTA Online, anyways. Um. So yeah, I don't agree with the game prices. I don't agree with those. Um. If you just said find you, I'm good, man. What I'm saying, I'm living. I'm alive, right? I'm healthy. I got over my flu and my fever, so I'm feeling good. Uh, just trusting God to move some stuff around my life. Stuff that need to be moved, but I'm just doing on His timing. Because things God can come clutch at the last second of things. You know what I'm saying? So just trusting in God. Nas, what's up, man? No, I did not watch All American season 7. I know you're thinking it. I did not watch it. I'm not gonna watch it. Season 6 is probably the last season for me, All American. But what was I saying? Yeah, I don't agree with the prices. I am gonna get the bundle though. I'm gonna get the bundle of the Switch 2 with Mario Kart World because when you get the bundle, Mario Kart World is only $50. so that's justified. Um, I ended up ordering two Switch games. I ended up ordering Super Mario Odyssey and Sonic Origins, but but I did not get them new. I got them used. Um, I went in the Macari app. I'm not sponsored by Macari. I went in the Macari app, and people were selling them, for different prices, stuff like that. I saw like two different ones that had it for like a certain price, and I offered them both a certain amount. They didn't take it, but they lessened the price they were asking for, which was completely justified to me. Because Super Mario Odyssey, which is an 8-year-old game, which is crazy, at Best Buy is literally 60 bucks. Literally 60 bucks. 8-year-old game, 60 bucks. Because Nintendo doesn't put sales on their games. I got it for half off. I literally got it for 30, free shipping. So that's justified in my book. Sonic Origins, I got for 18 plus $4 shipping. So again, completely justified. Um, am I gonna get the Donkey Kong game, the new one? I don't know. That's 70 bucks. I don't know if I'll get that or not. We'll see. Looks interesting though. But yeah. And the whole game key card thing, I don't like that. Because yes, you can have someone else borrow the game or whatever it may be, but the game itself is not on the cartridge. So let's say Nintendo shuts down the service, which they do because they do it for every single console, and you lose access to older games. Um, when that happens, you won't have access. Who's to say the game key cards will still work? You know what I mean? Whereas if you get a cartridge with the full game on it, like Cyberpunk 2077 for Switch 2 is going to have the full game and the DLC, the Phantom Liberty DLC, on it, um, and on the cartridge itself. So even without internet, you can put the cartridge in and it'll work. The full game is on it. So yeah, I was a big digital person. I was like, oh, I don't really care about physical and stuff like that. I just get the games digital. But with all the controversy going on with not even just Nintendo, Sony, Microsoft about not owning their games, now I'm like, yo, I may have to look into getting my games physical. Like I got Ratchet and Clank, Rift Apart, digital. I got Spider-Man 2 digital. I got Miles Morales. Miles Morales I have physical. Um, but yeah, like literally GTA 6, I'm gonna get a physical. I'm not gonna get it digital. I'm gonna get physical. I was gonna get digital, but I might not. I'm gonna get physical. Um, like obviously digital, you get to play it as soon as it comes out. Physically, you have to wait for it delivered, but I don't care. I will just wait for a couple hours to get it delivered. But yeah. Anyways, enough of me rambling about the Switch 2. Let's talk about important stuff. So I told y'all before that I'm kind of back to the bottom when it comes to what's the word that I use? What's the term I used before? I'm kind of rock bottom when it comes to self improvement. Right? I made a video about this before. I think it was my last video. But actually, let me. No, it has to update, so I gotta let it update. I said I'm like the bottom of the barrel when it comes to. That's not even the right. That's not even a good term. I forgot the term I use. I can't even think right now. I'm tired, man. Leave me alone. Um, but I'm like at the bottom when it comes to self improvement, self development. But it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing because I'm able to at this point in time. I'm I want to gather all information I can when it comes to working out, diet, finances, whatever the case may be, and then build myself up. Each tier, like body, finance, like reading books. Like I want to build each self development tier like up together. So right now I'm in the information gathering stage, um, and the reason why I am at that point, weeks ago, I remember I said I went to the gym, or I attempted to go to the gym. I drove to the gym the days I usually go work out, and I could not get a machine. I could not get a bench. I could not get any cable machines, whatever the case may be. I could not get nothing because the gym was packed all those days. I couldn't work out. All right, and then after that, I got sick, or I was something happened. I got sick. After that, I went on my trip with my girl, came back, got the flu and the fever, so that knocked me out for a couple of weeks, and I just not recovered. Right, and due to that, jeez, due to that, I actually lost a good amount of muscle. I'm not saying I was the biggest dude, obviously, but like I did lose muscle. I mean, still have a little bit there, so it's not completely gone, right? But I had more. Like I had more. Like right, like my triceps kind of went down a little bit. You know, like I did lose muscle. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I said that. But yeah, I have motions going. You know what I'm saying? I have things going to kind of bounce back from that. So yeah. I wonder, I wonder if the Switch 2 release is gonna be like getting a video card, where you have to fight all the bots and stuff like that. Mostly gonna be like that. Wait, I'm gonna give it a minute, and then I'll talk about my realization that I had on my break. Because my realization was actually a crazy one. It's actually a crazy one. No lie. Wait, real quick about going back to the game price. I forgot to say. The reason why the game price is a big deal, because one, who wants to pay $8 for a game? That's a bad precedent. It's precedent, if I can talk. Um, but also, game companies follow each other, right? So I think it was PlayStation who started with the $70 games, and once they did that, the other companies followed. But I think Nintendo stayed at 60 for a while, and then with Tears of the Kingdom, it went to 70. So once Nintendo releases $80 games, once Sony and Microsoft see that it's selling, and that we're willing to pay $8 for a game, they're gonna go up, and then people are gonna get priced out of their hobby, which is video games, because the economy sucks right now. The job market sucks. Everything sucks, right? So it's like, would you rather have groceries for a week or a month, or would you play a video game? You know, because groceries, really, right now I'm not following a meal plan completely, so I'm able to kind of spend less on groceries. But when I was following a meal plan, and nothing crazy, ground beef, chicken, like chicken thighs, it was like regular stuff. It would come to like 40, $50 every week. It was a lot, right? 40, $50. So imagine a full family, like a family having to buy groceries every week. And look at the price of video games coming up. It's like literally, would you rather have a week of groceries, or would you rather starve and play a video game? So it's kind of crazy. I do want to get that Kirby and Forgotten Land game. I was thinking about getting it used on Macari after the Switch 2 comes out, because I don't want to, like, you know. But the price that people are selling it used, plus the $20 upgrade you would have to pay for that, would not justify it. Like, I'd rather just get the Switch 2 edition, like, brand new. Because apparently the full game is on the cartridge anyway, so Okay, I gotta download this. Found that found. What the heck? All right, I'll wait for that. All right, so the realization, all right, the realization I figured out over my break, right? Because I took a break from posting videos because when I went on a trip, and as soon as I came back, I had the flu and fever, could not move much at all. Like literally, I was in bed the whole time because I was not active, right? So the realization I had, and I'm gonna get personal with y'all. I'm gonna get personal because this is very personal, and I'm not ashamed to admit it, right? I was at first, but I'm not ashamed to admit it. I feel like I gotta come on and say it. I feel like part of me might have father issues, right? Well, not part of me. I feel like I may have father issues. I'm gonna say the DADDY word, but that sounds crazy. So I'm just gonna say that. I feel like I have father issues. Why do I feel that, and what came up with this? I saw a post the other day. There's an article, and it was stating father issues in men, right? And I was looking through it, and a good amount of the things that were listed, I can relate to. And I wish I could pull it up, but it appears to updating. Um, one of the things was one of the main things actually was wanting validation from others and pleasing other people, right? And when I was reading that, and I literally sat and took time to think about it. Remember how I told y'all that I would always think back to high school, where I had dreams about high school and stuff like that, and just dreaming that I was like more popular or stuff like that, right? I was always thinking, why? Can I do it this way? No. I was always thinking, what the heck? I was always thinking, why is that the case, right? Why am I always thinking about high school? And I really think it's because of that. I really feel like, yeah, I really feel like it might be due to father issues. And as I'm getting personal, right? I'm getting personal, y'all. I'm not gonna go into full detail, obviously, but like, of course, I have fun in my life, right? Of course, my dad's there, right? Best way I can describe it, my father, growing up, right? My father's been there. He's been in the house, paid the bills, stuff like that. But he hasn't been there emotionally, right? Like my brother's way older than me. But my brother and I have always, we've always been close to our mother. My mother was like there. You know what I mean? Um, the reason why I'm, following Christ is due to her and my sister, right? And obviously, had a whole thing when my sister passed away and no download. Um, but yeah, where's my download? Sorry, I'm like multitasking. But yeah, like it was one of those things, man. My father wasn't there emotionally, and I really feel like I never really thought twice about it until until I saw that article and I was like, yo, that actually makes sense. Then I looked up, you know, if oh, okay. Then I looked it up when it came to NoFap, right? And I was like, yo, are people on the NoFap forums talking about it? Like, is it something similar? And there's actually a lot of posts on the NoFap forums about father issues and mother issues relating to, you know, NoFap and how people are and stuff like that. And I was like, yo, that actually makes a lot of sense, man. It makes a lot of sense. And I actually had to sit down and kind of really be like, yo, this is crazy. So that's honestly the realization I had, man. I'm curious if y'all have anything similar. But yeah, honestly, those are the main things I wanted to really say. And again, I pause. I have like no energy today for some reason. But yeah, as I said, like I want to build myself up when it comes to self development and stuff like that. And I have things moving, but like the fact that I had that realization over the weekend kind of, you know, adds to that self development build up, building that up. So this is crazy. It's crazy. But that's pretty much it for this stream, man. I just wanted to come on live because I was exhausted last night. I drove my girl home. I was driving back, and I was gonna record, but I was way too tired. I was like, I'm just gonna go live and just do a video or like a live stream because I haven't done live in a while. So, but yeah, man, that's about it. I appreciate y'all who hopped on and stuff, and yeah, I will talk to y'all later. Peace.